here we are, the third live of Mayer Pavilion. Happy New Year. This is the new episode of Live Artist Talk within the exhibition The Other Side of 001. The other side of 001 is this touring exhibition that took place in the beginning of December 2021 and keep going on with this live artist talk because we really want to go deep on each artist practice, especially in this exhibition, which is kind of a particular exhibition because addressing not only the concept of each artist but the practice. And the practice that we are interested in are practices that artistic practices that have this power of reaching human soul. And with this have been said, I want to invite Wild Anima to join this conversation. She will be here with us. So, here we are.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine.
I couldn't hear you. It was silent, but now it's all good.
Yeah? Okay, I hope it was the other could hear my voice, but I can hear perfectly. I can hear
wonderful.
perfectly. I've never been like this, my connection. Yeah.
Okay.
So
nice.
Thank you for joining.
What?
Thank you for joining us in this time of holiday.
Yes, my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me today, and Happy New Year.
Thank you.
2022, magic number.
What?
2022 is a magic number.
Yes. It was a magic number also, 2020, 2021. For me, it's always a magic number. I don't know. I keep seeing that.
I guess you're right. Numbers are magic anyway.
Yeah. Every morning I see 11:11. Not because I wake up at 11:11, but I wake up much earlier. But I keep seeing this 11:11, and someone told me like it's something important actually. You know. I said, oh, okay. And then I went through the magical number theory, and I got lost.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
oh, nice.
Nice to
Lovely
see you.
to talk here.
Nice. So, I want to introduce you briefly, and then we'll start our talk. So, Wild Anima is a French-Greek sound artist and performer. Her spectrum of expression merged sensitive ambient sound with wide array of experimental vernacular to create an intimate, thought, visual, avant-garde sound. Wow. Her new project...
That's very serious.
Yeah, it's very serious, no? Her new project, Supernatural, is a concept album which you got inspired by the wildness of Finland in your travel in Finland, exploring how we can heal our broken parts throughout inner photosynthesis, like plants, and diving into links between light, plants, and sensuality. So I want to ask you to begin with, about the project that you presented for the exhibition, The Other Side of 001. Because I mean, I was very, I was taken by this ambient that you created together with Amaury.
Yes.
Yeah, and I hope we're gonna have also talk with him to close the circle.
Yes.
But it was the longest performance in the exhibition, but kind of for me, the time fly, the time like just disappear.
For us also.
Yeah.
Really fast.
Yeah. And where did you get inspiration from this title? The title is Secret Teaching in Tenderness.
Yes, so there was 2 events that I presented at this exhibition. So the first one you talked about was Supernatural,
Yeah.
which is an art experience which merges a concert and just interactive art, participatory tarot, and many more things that you cannot describe, but you can only experience, really.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, today we are here to talk about something I presented the day before, which was a solo performance, but in co-creation with the audience, let's say, in a subtle way. So this was called Secret Teachings in Tenderness, and that is for me a branch of the whole Supernatural project, which started as an album and is a culmination of research on something that I call the ecology of emotions.
Yeah.
I didn't came up with this name on my own. It was a co-birthing with another artist called Lasha Gave. I like to name her too. So yeah, the ground basis for all of this, I think, is nice to talk about this ecology of emotions.
Yeah.
And how that relates. What?
Please.
Yeah. And how this relates with the this, I want to say concept, but I want to find a better word. But for now, I will use the concept, with this concept of tenderness. And after my, so it was an art performance where I kind of made a ritual atmosphere and was just caressing people with flowers, caressing myself with flowers, really connecting with plants and the moment. And I feel that these moments are very rare at the moment. And that's why I wanted to offer that space for us to really just connect with tenderness and how that can melt those kind of stiff parts we have in our bodies and, of course, in our hearts.
Cool.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. I'm going everywhere.
Wow. And tenderness, as you described, is something that it's very like subtle feeling. It's I may say I can say that it's something that belongs to the sixth sense in a way that it's not directly experienced with our five sense, but it's something additional that we can empathize and connect really to other beings, other people, other things. And yeah, I mean, it's very important, this work that you are doing, because I mean, I see we are living in a time where we shift paradigm from a paradigm of rational, mechanical technology orientation, which get to a kind of sophistication of seeing the physical world very accurately, but actually it's not really accurate for the modern world, for the actual world. And I mean, and we are approaching this other paradigm, which is just at the beginning, but we can feel it from the collapsing of our structure, our health, political, economical structure. They are all falling one after another, and we're losing the trust on them, especially the health system that is supposed to, you know, advise people or heal people, cure people, but it actually is not really accurate when it's about to see the individual as a holographic being. And so what art can do is expressing this form of performance, this form of art, this form of happening in a way that is not really, is not only delivering a concept or an aesthetic message, but also deliver the power of healing, the inner soul. And so what I see on your work is exactly this completely embodiment of this new paradigm which we are approaching in the new world.
Yeah, absolutely. In a way, I feel like that's my mission as a being, I discovered, but because I felt that like forever, I discovered like my mission is just to show the way to the heart as a another one of our brain. Like it's like a nervous system that really can help us connect deeper with the earth and really connect deeper with like knowing who we are and where we're going.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like that at the moment is one of the is a tool for me. Maybe it's one of the greatest tool we have, but I'd like to say it's one of the tools we have at the moment that maybe we haven't thought about. That can help us connect as a collective and connect as a collective in us as part of a whole. But so the name Secret Teachings in Tenderness, I'm coming back to what you were saying with the heart sense, because the name comes from these two books that had a really, they had an impact on me, quite powerful, but they were naming things I could see around me and things I could feel like for a long, long time. Yeah. So there is this book called The Secret Teachings of Plants, which is from Stephen Buhner, and it talks about the intelligence of the heart. So the heart as a sense. So we have these 5 senses: the sight, the smell, the taste, and the sound, and the touch. And we also have the heart sense. And this book is like a combination of scientific and poetry and amazing herbalist kind of approach, and really describes how our heart is like kind of this oscillator, kind of decrypting our environment, and it's kind of our direct telephone to Mother Earth.
Absolutely, and we kind of lost this. I mean, there's this philosopher James Hillman that said the West have lost the heart as a presence to the senses. And while indigenous tradition, indigenous people, they always have been in touch with this. They have trained very much this feeling body, in which our society, the West society, it's not really taking care. Since the first grade, we kind of start to lose this touch, this sixth feeling, sixth sense. And it's really important when we burn, we can see, we start to see and hear and use our senses, but really we can really make understand this language. And so what we are in touch are our feeling, and determine our safety. When we, for example, we walk in a new environment and we know what it's about. We kind of know already which kind of
exactly.
Environment is. It's a matter of our survival and for the tribal civilization, and we kind of forgot this, but we start with many practices. I mean, we all are familiar now with many healing practices, which are breath work, plant medicine, cow ceremony, mushrooms, and hypnosis, which are like practices that are kind of becoming common nowadays. Everyone can speak about them. Everyone can have direct access to courses and tutorial, whatever. And so now it's coming to our language, common language, as well as feeling the body. And what you said is just another brain. It's the cells of the heart are kind of similar of the neurons, and so they have the same capacity to connect. And so I want to ask you, like, in this process of discovering this this feeling body, or this the capacity of heart to of the heart to lead, to understand the world around you, how your art, music is involved in this process.
Yeah, wow, that's hard to describe by talking. But it's totally, I like to say actually, I've said a few times now, but maybe it's good to repeat that I use my heart like a synthesizer. I think it's a good metaphor to express how when anytime I'm creating or performing, I have developed a connection to my heart sense. That is something that I develop daily. So this is how it's mainly connected. But yeah, how can you explain that? I don't know.
Yeah, it's difficult to explain. I mean, as it's also difficult to explain to a rational, mechanical mind how the first tribe approach plants, because I mean, because the rational mind will always get a scientific method or a scientific approach to discover plants, but they're actually all the tribes that have been interviewed about how they got the knowledge about plants. They just say the plants came to me when I needed, and so it's strange to say, but it's every text that we have about tribal and how they discover plants, how they approach plants, always say the same, that plants came to me in dreams or in whatever state of mind. And so it's something like very subtle. What do you say?
They are a conscious entity. The plant world is conscious, not in the same way we see I was going to say mammal beings or any beings. Like, it's not just mammals, of course, but we can call it sentient beings. I don't know. Can we call the plant world sentient? I think we can.
I think yes.
It's different kind of sentience. Yeah, and that can teach us in a sense that it's like beyond our I guess beyond our physical apprehension of movement, for example, of the 3D world. It's a different kind of association of dimensions. And I think that's how it opens our heart in a way that it opens perceptions, the whole spectrum of perception, and how that totally opens everything. Actually, as I'm saying that, I feel this openness in my whole body. Actually, just talking about it.
Wow. I just before the interview, I just opened some links about what you sent me, and I just got trapped by this talk of Stefan Buhner, which you mentioned already before, and he was saying the people should awaken 2 times, twice per day. The first, when you just woke up, your mind, you just go out from the bed, and the second time is waking the heart. Because it's one of the most, organs, of course, but the heart meaning the feeling body. In order to navigate this world, which Gregory Bateson say, underlocking field of infinite information, which you can access by the heart, by opening yourself and feel this immense infinite matrix of meaning and access this information. And
exactly. So, in this book, just what you described in the book, it actually really named what this is. This is the electromagnetic field of the earth and of every being. So that's how information like travels. Yeah. Sorry.
Cool. So, what else? So, what about the collaboration that you started with a Maori? How did it started? how it proceed like because I mean you're a musician artist, he's an artist mainly visual and performative artist, so how this collaboration took place?
So yes, that's very interesting as well. I'm wondering if maybe I should talk about the second part of the secret teachings
Sure.
in tenderness or after.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So, but I definitely want to talk about my collaboration with Amaury because it's really important in all of this, for sure.
Of course.
So yeah, so the title was also inspired by this book called Training in Tenderness. And I correlated all these things we were talking about Stephen Buhner's work about the heart sense with everything that comes from Tibetan Buddhism, basically, because the essence of this this wisdom is the heart, mind. You place the mind in the heart, and this book really talks about the concept, or like the idea of tsewa, which is the tender heart. And I think this is really an additional key, you know, to put with this knowledge or this realization of the heart sense. That's the first step. To really add this concept of tenderness, it really like unblocks the way to use this, and many other things.
Nice.
But yeah.
I would like to ask you, I mean, the collaboration with Amaury, we postpone this question, but now I really want to ask you, which are the practices that facilitate this this opening heart, facilitate this communication, direct communication to the heart? Did you find any practices specifically for you that works?
Yes, there are many, and actually there's another place called the Heart Math Institute, which is very interesting, and I got in touch with one of the founders. I can't remember his name. That's crazy. Anyway, they study heart coherence, so they have a lot of exercises, but of course Stephen Buhner had some where he's really inviting you to use your heart sense and just like stay with the lavender plant and just start to feel, what do you feel in your body, and most of the time the plant will show you what it can heal. So that's this, but there's the whole other aspect of this Tibetan Buddhism, which has so many techniques about it. And I think the simplest one we can do, and that is something that came from heart math, is breathe through your heart 3 times. Anytime you need to have a difficult conversation, or just do something, or just in the morning, or if you don't feel good, breathe through your heart 3 times. That is a powerful one, because you really move from your head to your heart, firstly, and it really opens your channels. But then there are many that I've learned, and I've been wanting to share them, and I didn't really know how to do it until last year. I kind of came up with something called the heart medicine.
Heart medicine?
Yes. So it was like I started to make products with plants and cacao, which is a plant that came to me. I didn't look for it at all, but cacao came to me, and I realized cacao is its main property is to open the heart. And it's a long story, but I started using this so it's like I started making products. They are guided meditations with the little kits with cacao. But now I want to start an eco project. So that will be the place to find out how to connect, which we already have classes on meditation and things like that. So you can just write to me if you want to know more, or just follow on my pages. You will see on my profile.
Sure, sure. I already got some of your plants
Yeah.
that you collected
Oh
in
yeah.
Hasenheide. Was it Hasenheide? No, Treptow.
Uh, oh, I showed you some that I was picking in Tempelhoferfeld
Temple.
because I like to pick local plants, and
Mm,
white sage and Palo Santo are wonderful, but I think we don't need to, outsource
sure.
to South America. Although, of course, I
Sure.
have nothing against it, but we have so many plants around us in Berlin. um, of course, it's better to go and find them in the wild, but yeah, I thought it was special to go in Tempelhoferfeld and get the local plants that I could use for
Right.
smudging.
Right. At the end, I mean, we can get what we have.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
exactly.
we're living in a city. Like we can't ask to always have access to
Yeah, of
forest
course.
land. Or I mean, we also have forest, but
Yeah,
kind of far.
yeah.
Yeah. And what you said about the throat, you said about something about communication and the heart, and
Yeah.
uh, that can facilitate a clear and honest communication. Um, and so there's a chakra, the throat chakra, which is
Mhm.
the one connected to the heart. And no?
The speech is very connected to the heart, and
Yes.
that my heart really showed me how to sing. I really,
Yeah.
most people think I was trained to sing, but I never got trained. I really just did it through the heart. And actually, when you study biology, you realize that when the fetus is forming, first comes the heart, and then the first organ is the tongue.
Ah,
So
okay.
they are very, very connected. Our speech is totally connected to our hearts and how we
Yeah.
transform energy.
Because by the way, before our talk, I just came across to a poem
Yeah.
from William Stafford. He's American poet, and which says about something about communication.
Yeah.
This poem is called "The Ritual to Read Each Other," and says, "If you don't know the kind of person I am, and I don't know the kind of person you are, a pattern that others made may prevail the world, and following the wrong God home, we may miss our star.
Mm.
For it, for it is important the awakened people be awake, or a breaking line may discourage them back to sleep. The signal we give, yes or no, or maybe, should be clear. The
Mhm.
darkness around us is deep." So, yeah, in this,
Wow,
yeah, it's really
it's
nice.
strong.
The darkness around us is deep. Like this field of information, locked information, is the darkness, no? And if we navigate this world throughout these five senses, we may miss our star.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
yeah, I think I found it very beautiful, also meaningful for this conversation. Um,
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Wow, thank you.
you're welcome. So, the collaboration with the Maori now, how did it
Yeah,
came to place?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I sometimes I like to call Amori the wild animus.
One animals.
It's really like we really like two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
We met in 2008, 19, no, 18,
Okay.
2018. We were both doing, I don't know if most people know this, but on Airbnb, you can arrange an experience for visitors.
Oh
So
yeah,
we
that's
both
good.
made up an experience, and we were invited at the HQ of Airbnb. And that's where we met. And my experience was an audio walk with
Mm-hmm.
music in an abandoned railway park. And when I met him, I described that actually I was using the heart sense and all these things. And he was saying, "Oh, I'm an artist, and I also kind of do the same thing."
Oh, cool.
He made art experiences with this. I couldn't name it back then. I didn't read the books yet, but we understood it was a really deep connection. We both understood we were doing the same thing. Yeah. And anyway, months passed. I was traveling a lot, and he kept like wanting to connect. And when we finally did, we basically started the work we show now. So back then we were already thinking about art experiences with an atmosphere and how we can combine his world of the paper cuts. He makes a beautiful paper cuts. So now they are large scale paper cuts of plants, and for me it was a path to really start to find a way to connect with visual arts, which I feel like I never allowed myself to do that. I was like kind of, I was feeling like if I have too many options like this, I feel a bit lost. So I'm a musician and that's all. But it never fitted. And our collaboration really allowed me to embody myself as an artist, visual artist, kind of multidisciplinary. And so, so what can I say now about our collaboration? Maybe, yeah, tell me if
yeah,
you think
Supernatural. Is this the project, the first project at which you collaborate with him? Supernatural or?
No.
Okay.
No, we have collaborated before with, he has a collective of psychologists and artists and many people together. And I'm part of the music person in this group. It's called the Bim Bim Collective. And they build art experiences. One of them was called alchemical activation. So people had to go through a parcours in a circus with blindfold, and there was all kinds of things. And I was playing music on the back. They had no idea this was live, and when they were taking off the thing, they would see like the music is live, and there would be some like kind of Reiki. So it's kind of like holistic art. Yeah. So we have collaborated before, and that allowed us to also, yeah, I think we always say it doesn't matter in which object, we just always have our kind of collaboration in every part. So I think for Supernatural, it was a way for us to reunite through the, yeah, the kind of the split, not for us, but in general, the split of the Corona kind of created in a way in our own selves, I think. And yeah, it was a way to really reconnect and use all these ideas we had been talking about for like now 2 or 3 years, and it feels amazing for us. It's like a birth of all these things, and thank you so much, because it's really thanks to your events that we've like really managed to make this manifest. It's been amazing. Okay. Really hard also. It's been a bit hard because we didn't realize that we had to, I don't know, because it's so new for us, we didn't realize we had to fit in a big program. And it's really tough on the energy for us. It's so hard. But also it builds your wings, you know, it builds your muscles. Yeah,
push you in a non-comfort zone.
Yeah.
Uncomfort zone.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, it was a challenge, but it was one of the events really, people still writing to me saying, oh, what's next? What is the next event? I find myself there, and I couldn't like stop one crying, also stop like enjoying the energy of the artists together, and kind of these 2 days of festival kind of fly, and we have been left with the sensation of, okay, now we open a gate. We really open a gate. And we have to do something in this gate. We have to allow, facilitate as many people, as many artists to pass through this gate, you know, which is the gate of freedom, love, connection. Is something that we need urgently in this time, because we see our systems, political and health system, dividing us. every day in a everyday discussion between friends, family, and workplace. And we really need this experience where we are not what we think we are. We are not the label that we put on ourselves or what we think, we believe, but we are human. We are all connected, and we have a lot of to share. Exactly because we have a lot of to share, we can ignore or push away all this diversity and close our door on the in the name of health or fear. So yeah, I really feel that we are doing the right things. Since the beginning of 2020, I feel I'm doing the right things. I sometimes I go off road because I don't listen to my heart. But I mean, the last event was crucial because it really put me on the on the right road. And yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy to host artists, because I will say this is my main practice, to open my heart, because as an artist I understand them, but they always have different different way to see approach art itself. And of course, I have many other practices that you also experience on the festival, the breathwork technique, which I'm very close to it. But yes, what I can say, I mean, art is, especially this time for me, is matter of, is a political action, is more than aesthetical delivery of a message, or it's a really matter of life and death. And when I say life and death, is not a word, but it's really speak the truth and really exercise this critical thinking, which we have embodied since we are born. This feeling the things, and then all the age critical thinking, like it's really what they say, it's true. It's am I really what they say to me? Am I really doing the right things for me, or is it just old pattern, old set of instruction that we are kind of absorbed in during our life, and we are repeating repeating the rule, we are just following the rule and say yes because everyone say yes. And so we forgot this, the power of art to speak to us, to navigate this world, and most important, to heal, because this was the purpose of this exhibition. It's not collecting or connecting the concept or works of artists, but connecting practices that have the same power of healing human soul in a time where, I mean, since 2020, we saw an increase exponential of depression, mental disease, suicide at a young age. And so, I mean, it's really science and medicine can cope to this problem, or we have other medium, other like more effective medium, more effective practices that we can approach, but we don't know. And so I think art has a power of healing, and in the last exhibition we experienced some of them, and I want to keep collaborating with you and with all the artists that I've been opportunity to collaborate with. And so yeah, bring this project as much as possible with my energy and your guys' energy. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's interesting because in the back of the scenes of this, there's also lots of discussion on how we can be more sustainable, and we are rethinking on so many things about like independent art world, and how we can build these new foundations. And I think that's very important, and we should really I mean, there's no should or must, but it would be wonderful to really sit down and truly do this. Like, okay, what can we do to make this really sustainable, you know? And it can work. We just need to sit down and really like listen to each other. And it was really interesting. It would be nice to talk about this. When we finished the exhibition and we came to your place, we were chatting with Francesco, which is also a musician doing a modular music, and we were chatting on how we can divide money and everything. And it was wonderful to actually shift his perspective, because he went from a point of like, it's the responsibility of each artist to like come with their equipment or whatever. And I agree with that, but I was also telling him that for me it's been really tough. I was making a good part of my income from playing shows, and I tried to have a job during the pandemic. I got fired. Like, my mental health is not equal with everyone. We don't all have equal mental health. And I said, you know, if you are able to donate the 20 euros you get from this, you are privileged, you know? And that shifted him totally. He said, oh, wow, thank you so much. And thanks for telling me this. I didn't realize, you know? And I think this dialogue is really necessary, because for me, 20 euros, I know it's symbolic. It could be €1, but for me, it's like, it's respect of my work.
Absolutely.
Of the energy I'm giving. It doesn't matter 1,000 or half a cent. And yeah, that helped a lot. And I think we should, it would be wonderful to talk about more and hear everyone's experience and how we can, because what he said is that, you're right, actually we're building what we're escaping from. We're
exactly.
Again, you know?
Yes.
And that's our conditioning. Yeah,
we tend to come back to old pattern. Pattern with that, you know, they are not functional for the new world. New word being connection, responsibility, full responsibility of our action means I don't blame to anyone if I'm frustrated. You know, there's a reason why I'm frustrated, and a reason why I'm hungry, and what I have to look at, it's inside. You know, like just turn inside me and see what are the parts that are the wounds of my heart in this context. But I think this is very important, because each event has to, I mean, our community is growing very fast, and as the community growing, also we need sustainability, you know, because we are speaking with 40, 48, 50 artists doing the first festival. So we have to, reclaim what we are working with. We are doing a lot of things. Each artist doing a lot of things. So it's important for me that each artist get what is their work about, you know. And it's symbolical, because we don't do so much. In the last event we just did donation, but it's important that everyone has equal amount, and the donation are directly spread it to each artist. But I mean, the aim of the next year, this year is not next, it's here now, is to found this sustainability, you know. And I already like opening my heart to the new collaboration, the new people want to continuously asking me, do you need help? Do you need help? Do you need help to write this project for participate for grants? Yes, I welcome them, because now is the time. And so this is the next aim, the next goal, make this project sustainable, not only in terms of, you know, artistical connection, you know, because this we already reached somehow, this responsibility and the connection with each other, but also be responsible of our how we keep doing art. And so because we want to do, we found it important, we found it healing, a healing process. So we need we need to find a sustainability in this sense. So what to say? Thank you for this amazing conversation. I think yeah, we are already over, but it was a pleasure to speak with you. And
yeah, thank you so much for offering that space. It's great. It's wonderful.
Thank you for your books and links. I started this new word with you. I started to get introduced by this new word of the heart.
Yeah,
and very
wonderful.
happy.
I know that you will shine it to many people, so that's great.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. Thank you, and see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining.